Hi, Matt. I hope all is going well. I chose to do a video recording only because I think it's a little bit easier than typing all this out. Couple things first before I get to the games that I do on a consistent basis. There's really two digital games I'm not sure you're familiar with. You have Cahoots, which is a really good review game. Kids can use their cell phones, or if you have computers or iPads inside the classroom, this is a really good way of um, connecting with kids digitally, and it's a really good. I mean, it takes usually about anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes to do. Not sure you're familiar with this. If you're not, take a look at it. Really, really good. Quizzes is the other one. QUIZ.IZZ.com is the other website. It's really, really, really good. This one is a little bit different than kind of familiar, kind of similar, I should say, but a little bit differently, where it's more self-paced rather than an entire classroom model or so on as well to use. All right, so what I'll do is I'll break this down into two different videos. What I do to review vocabulary terms and ideas, and then the second video will be about the games that I play when I know that my kids are not reading and they should be, and so on as well. So I'm going to cover three games. I'm going to cover competitive Pictionary, I'm going to cover competitive password, and then last but not least, I'll cover catchphrase. And those are the three that I'll do. Now, first and foremost, I'll cover Pictionary. It's pretty easy to do. I use Pictionary for about the last, 10 minutes of class. And it's a really good way to review that day's vocabulary and ideas that were presented in class. As you can see here, I've got a list of 20 different ideas regarding World War II. What I will do is take each of these ideas and put them on one index card. So here's one index card, here's another index card, and so on as well, all the way down to the number 20. What I'll do in regards to the class is I'll break them up into two different groups. Usually I go boys versus girls. So boys, you go over here. Girls, you're on this side of the room. Now, in their groups, they have to select someone to draw each round. So the boys send up one person, they'll stand right here. The girls send up another person, they'll stand right here. I'm usually right here in the middle. Now, I have all those index cards in my hand, and I'll show the drawers the index card that they will be drawing. Now, there's a couple of rules with Pictionary. No letters, no words, no numbers, and no coaching from the front by basically saying things back to their team. All they can do is draw what is on that card. Now, after I show both of them the card, I'll go to the middle class and I'll count down from 5. And they can't start drawing until I get to 0. So I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. They both begin to draw at the same time. Whatever team blurts it out first is the winner. And usually what I'll do is a race to like 5 or 6. And so if your team is up here drawing and somebody on the boys' team guesses it first, then they get the point. And if they get the 6 points, they win the game. And I reward them with like a dum-dum sucker or like a piece of candy or so on as well. But it's a really good game in regards to reviewing the day's concepts. Now, if you want to do another game that's similar to that, but it's a little less noisy, if you will, then I would say, let me bring this one up, password. All right, so password. So password is, as you can see here, I have a list of 16 ideas presented in the day's lesson, and then I put some pop culture ideas in there as well, so the students don't know what's coming at them. But once again, break the class up into two different groups. Team 1 over here, Team 2. It can be boys versus girls, or it can be whatever you want it to be. But the difference is going to be this. There's going to be 4 desks up at the front of the class. There's one desk here facing the back of the room, another desk over here facing the back of the room. Right across from that desk is a desk facing the front of the room, and right across from this desk over here is a desk facing the front of the room. I stand behind all 4 desks, and what I'll do is this. The people that are in these 2 chairs looking to the back of the room, they're the ones that are going to guess the password, and the password is whatever word is on my index card. The people that are facing the front of the room can give one-word clues, and one-word clues only. All right? They can't use 2 words. If they do, I buzz them and move on to the other group. So I'll stand here, hold up an index card, and show it to the entire class and the clue givers, but these are the only people that have no idea what's going on. I usually have these people like do paper, rock, scissors to see who wants to give the first clue. And then once again, I do like a race to like, 8 on this one because I want everybody to participate. But like if it's one word clues, like for example, I have down here, like a railroad. Or I'll even do it. Edison. All right. So this person might win paper, rock, scissors and choose to go first. So they might say light bulb, and then I count down from 5. I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they got 5 seconds to guess it. If they don't, go over here. This person might say inventor, and then the person that's guessing, then once again I count down 5 with my fingers, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until somebody gets it. And in like worst case scenarios, if they just can't get it, then I just pick a new card and move on. But once they get it, whatever team gets it, they score a point. And remember, they're racing from 8 to 10. Usually what I'll do is you go from clues to give, and then someone else comes up and gives you clues and so on as well. But a really good game. Once again, like the last 15 minutes of class or 10, 15 minutes of class I use, and I find it productive, and I think the kids like it as well. Now, at the end of a unit, when I've presented all of the information to the students, then I'll usually play a game of catchphrase. And so catchphrase, what I'll do is I've got to create a long list of terms that we have discussed for that unit. So as you can see here, here's the Constitution one that I have created. And as you can see, it's absolutely gigantic, and you'll see why here in a second. I've created 100 terms, and I've also put in, as you can see here, some pop culture in there too, which is pop culture is like movies, music, celebrities, TV shows, things like that, or cartoons, what have you. But at the beginning of catchphrase, what I'll do is have the entire class take their desk and form in a large circle right there. So they're going to form a large circle. And then what I'll do is once they form a circle, then I'll go around the circle and I'll say, okay, you're a 1, you're a 2, you're a 1, you're a 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and so on as well. And so then I'll say, okay, if you're a 1, leave your book on your desk or put something on your desk to identify you're a 1. Now 2s take everything off of your desk. Now if you're a 1, you are a teammate with this person, then every other person you're a teammate with. When you're giving a clue, the only people that can guess are members on Team 1. Team 2 cannot say anything. Okay? When Team 2 is giving clues, then only Team 2 members can give proper responses and so on as well. Now I have that index card pile full of 100 key terms on me. All right, and I'll put 2 minutes up on the board. I'll find like an online timer. All right, so they're all circled up. So here's what I'll do. I'll go up to the computer, 2 minutes on the computer. I'll hit start, run over real quickly, hand the first index card to number 1. They immediately begin to give clues, and then if another member of their team shouts out the correct answer, I immediately go to number 2, hand them another index card. Then they start giving the clues about what's on that card. They can't say any part of the card. Can't say any part of the card. They can describe it, but can't say any part of the card. Once a member of their team gets it right, I go back to 1. And if they get it right, go over there. All right, now, there's going to come a time where the timer goes off. The team that is holding on to the clue or giving the clue, so like 2 minutes goes off and a team member from number 2 has the card in their hand, they're giving clues. Then if it goes off, the other team gets a point. You don't want the card in your hand when the buzzer goes off. You don't want that at all. And that's what I'll do. And I'll just keep going around, and then I'll mark it up here and go, okay, team 1 gets a point. And then I'll just keep going around the circle with catchphrase until we run out of cards or until the class period gets out. And then at the very end, the team with the most points rewards with like a piece of candy or something like that. But this one gets pretty intense. And you might run into one difficulty, and the difficulty might be that when you hand an index card to somebody, they might give you the I don't know what this is face, And so then I'll help them out by saying, hey, give this clue to give this clue. And if worst case scenario, I'll start giving like clues to their team members to see if they can get it. And if they still can't get it, then I'll give them another card from the top of the pile and they can give clues from there as well. So those are the 3 games that I use on a consistent basis regarding vocabulary or in any idea in your classroom, and I think they're pretty good. So if you have any questions about them, go ahead and give me a call or text me or email me, and I can give you a better understanding. Okay? All right. Next one will be what happens when my students aren't reading.